So welcome to the November ITC Mindstorms video. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is we are in our Mindstorms class, and we are going to practice renaming, deleting, and uploading videos. So right here, you see where my mouse is, and if you click this little finger point right here, you are going to be able to delete certain videos or programs. So if you go over here and expand it, if you have any of the programs that you know you want to delete, it says select programs. I know I have an extra stop at angle right here. So I'm going to go ahead and click this one. You can click multiple ones if you'd like, and you press the word delete, and it deletes the one program. To be able to rename it, you can go ahead, and I've seen a lot of people do this. You can see my program number 1 right here. I know that this needs to say, have my initials, and so I click the program word, and I put AH, my initials, and then I know that this is move object. And remember, we're trying to keep the words as short as possible. When you upload it to your EV3, it definitely helps to go ahead and have it as short as possible. And press the word enter on your Chromebook, and there it's done. To be able to upload to the Google Drive, there's this little button right up here. It is a dot with 2 dots coming out of it, and that means upload. So if we click right here, let's say I want to go ahead, this move object that I just renamed, I want to upload that. So I'm going to click on it, and then it pulls open the Google Drive. And the Google Drive right here, you can see it automatically has opened up my 1819 Innovative Technology class. It's named it as AH Move Object because I've already renamed it. And I press a save. So you have already seen how to rename, delete, and upload. Now this month in November, we are going to our second page. Yay! So you've already done all of these. So it's time to go to the second page right here. This is called a little caret. So we click our caret, and now we come over here. As you saw in our online piece, our video, when we met, and we are starting with stop at angle. And we are going to work with the gyro sensor. So I'm going to click this, and then it's coming up. I already have it actually open up right here. So stop at angle. I'm going to pull it up here, and we're going to go ahead and code it together. So if you press play, you can see that only one of the wheels move as it turns to 45 degrees, and then it goes forward. So let's go ahead and go over here and say new program. On your, back over here, you would have been able to see, sorry, to go down the build it instructions that you're going to use with your partner. But right here are the coding instructions. I have it up on a different page, but you are going to need to go back and forth between your stop at angle and the Mindstorms coding and this page. So right here, this shows that this is a move take block. They show that one wheel is going to move, the other one's at 0 power, and wait until there is the gyroscope is able to make it turn for 45 degrees, and then stop. Then they show it to have, they have a little line right here. You're not going to have a line on yours. And then it goes forward for a power of 30 for one rotation. So let's go ahead and do that. If you come over here, we have our first move tank. And we're just going to have our move tank turn on. We're going to, right here, just turn on. So I pressed right here. And we only want one wheel to be turned on. We're going to lower it. I'm going to bring it down to 20 something. And this one is going to be a 0. Now 0 is kind of hard to find smack in the middle. So do you see right here? If you click at this piece, you can get the calculator looking program right here. Now we don't need the wire, but that is how, if you click this right here, you could create a wire. The wire means nothing. It just helps if you're going to have a longer string to have it on one page. We now need to go to our weight block. I'm going to pull that weight block up. And the weight block right here, where it has a little stopwatch, we're going to click. And it needs to go to our gyro sensor. And our gyro sensor is going to be change for an angle. Now you see the number 2 down here. So we need to come down here and now click and tell it that we want it to increase. We want the increase of 45 degrees. 4, 5. Okay, and if you need to rewind and watch that again, go ahead and do that. Because it was a 3-step process to go from here to here to here. All right, the next thing we need to be able to do is go back and get our move tank. So once it moves at a 45-degree angle, we just want our EV3 to stop. So we just say off. So we want to make sure that it just stops as soon as it goes to 45 degrees. And then to go and move forward for 1 rotation. So right here, we have the rotation, or actually on the one, it said 2 rotations. So you can move it to 2 rotations as well. Right, and you're done there. You can have a weight block here, or it can just stop right there. That's totally up to you. The weight block is just so if you want to be able to easily continue the program later. Our program's still called program number 1, so we need to go back to home. And we need to be able to rename it. So this is AH and angle. And this is my actually 3rd time doing it because of video issues. And we're ready now for stop at line. We are right here. So this time we're going to use the color sensor. And I already have stop at line right here pulled up. And we pull it up to the top. So the stop at line is simply going to have use the color sensor to stop the robot when the line is detected. Okay, so you can see that in this case, they have it moving on an one tire moving, the other tire staying put. You can see here's the build instructions. So you can do it that way, or you can simply have the EV3 go forward until it sees the line, and then to tell it to stop. And that's how I'm going to program it. So I'm going to go up here and then select new program. Again, if you want to follow the instructions and use this, where it just has the 1 motor, make a turn, you're welcome to do that. You simply want your EV3 to move forward or to the to make an angle. You can go ahead and have the 0, or you can move it forward. You just have to know what it's going to do and where to put your tape and where to place your EV3. So I'm going to have it just move forward until it sees the change in color. Now, as you learned in our online class, that we are going to be using a white poster board. And so you can definitely see that there's going to be a change in color. So compare right here in color. And right here it has a default of red. So now we're going to have to click down here where you see the number 5. Now we don't want it to see number 5. We just want it to go ahead and have the blue, because our painter's tape that we're going to be using is simply the blue. So once it sees the blue, we want it just to simply stop. So we need to go ahead and pull up that move tank and tell it to turn off. And there you're done with this one. So now we need to name it. Go back over here. We know this is AH, and it's line, and this is my third time again. So there we go. Only one more to do, which is move object. So this one's going to take a little bit longer building time when you are in class. So know that the first two are going to be done fairly quickly. But this third one is going to take a little bit longer because you are going to need to do a little bit more building with our, to be able to create that arm to go down. So I want you to make sure and press play. You see that the arm goes down. It's a little bit more than a 90-degree angle. It's actually, we're going to be using the 100-degree angle. And the arm goes down. It moves, it turns a little bit, and then it lifts and lets the cuboid go. So right here, you see that the arm's going to go down for a -30 speed. And we want it to go slow so it's more accurate. It's going to go for 100 degrees. Then our EV3 is going to turn, and they have it at a -50. For a full turn, that one wheel is going to turn for a power of a speed of -50 for 360 degrees. So one full rotation. Then right here, you have the arm going back up. So we can see this is the medium motor back up. So it's a +30 for 100. So now we know that that's our coding that we're going to do. Let's go ahead and do it together. So you're going to click move object. Right? You know that's the one that you're going to be doing. Let's go to new program. Again, we have got to use this medium motor, and this is the first time using this block. So the medium motor, it has to go down. So and this is just the speed. So we're going to say -30. So it's going down, so it's a negative. And right here, instead of doing a rotation, we're being a little bit more accurate and saying degrees. So it's a little bit more than 90 degrees, 100, and you can definitely play around with this one when you have your cuboid in front of you. If you'd like to try to see what happens if you have 120 degrees, you certainly can. Then once the arm is down, you want the EV3 and to turn a little bit. So they have -50, so we might as well go ahead and just make it into a -50, exactly like they've said. You can definitely change this if you want it to go a little bit faster. You only want one tire, so the other tire is going to be at 0. And they have it for a 360 degrees. 360 degrees is one rotation, but we're going to go ahead and do exactly like they have. But no, you can go ahead and play around with that because it's certainly different options. And finally, you have to let the cuboid go. So you have to lift that arm back up. So right here is our other motor. And now we want the motor to go up for a power of 30. Again, it can be a little bit slow, faster, slower. You can go ahead and play around and see what it looks like when it does that. But remember that if it went down for 100 degrees, we needed to go back up for 100 degrees. Okay, so this is the direction, and this is for how much it's going to go. And you're done. You have now already programmed for all three. Hopefully it's not going to take you too long, and you're going to be nice and prepared for class. So remember to rename it. This is object. And my third try. And I'm going to press enter, and we are done. Thanks for watching, and don't hesitate to email me if you have any questions about how to do any of the coding. Bye.